We had her sit in front of the crate. Notice how the leash is always loose. We're going to open the door. She needs to wait to be allowed to go in. If she pops up, you say no. Close that door. If you reset her every mistake she makes like that, it really helps, because when she makes a mistake, you reset her, turn her away from her mistake. It's like a fresh start for her. She gets to reset and try to do it better the next time. So we'll go do it again. Open the door. Now she knows she's going to wait. With my right hand, I'm going to pat her chest and say, go. She's going to go in there. Good. I'm going to reward her. I'm going to reach in and take off her stuff. And close the door. I might even practice this thing where she waits. Good. She's waiting with an open door. She knows not to cross this boundary until she's allowed. So that's a good little exercise to do. She has a choke chain and a prong collar. The choke chain is just for when you go out in public. I always double up with the choke chain on the leash as well as the prong collar, so they're both attached. If the prong collar comes off, then this comes into play and you don't lose her. So that's the only reason we have this choke chain on. We never use this for training. This would be really dangerous to her neck and her throat. So this is hanging loose. It's only for safety in case the prong collar comes off. And the prong collar, it may look scary. It's completely safe. You see how I'm using it throughout the videos. You'll see you saw how I'm using it with your other dog. And your other two dogs, so you know that it's completely safe, and it's just how you use it that matters. So when you take these off, you can hang the little prong collar on the door. That way it doesn't get tangled up, and you can put the leash and the choke chain. The choke chain is only for when you go out in public anyway. So you can put these wherever you want, but it's a good idea to hang this on the door, because then it never gets all tangled up in itself. So when you're going to take her out, let's pretend we're going to take her out on the street, so we do the whole process. This choke chain would go on first, and I would open the door, and I would just put my hand through there like that, and then she takes the treat, and as she takes the treat, I just draw it over her head. Easy as that, and then that way she's not struggling and moving around, and you don't have to do all that. She's calm. You slip it over her head. See how calm she is? And then I attach the leash to this prong collar, and so we've got it attached just like this. It always attaches to the funny looking buckle, and the perfectly round one it's just a spacer, so you don't touch that. Make sure it's not twisted, so it goes like that. You can let it hang and make sure it's not twisted, and then you just go like this, and she's waiting calmly and patiently. You just put it around her neck and hook it up. It's very easy to do. Make sure that the leash is coming up by her right ear, because she's on your left, you're on her right, so it comes up by her right ear. And then she's going to wait until you release her out of there. And if she's waiting like this, she's respecting the rules, which is you allow her through that boundary. She doesn't come out till you allow her. So good, she gets a reward for that. If she ever tries to come out before you allow her, you just say no. Give this little token slam, and she'll know what that means, and she'll wait. And then you kind of stand like you're going to walk her. She's on your left. Pat your leg and say, okay, and she'll come out. And then I always do a little left turn here. It's another opportunity to do that little dominant little left turn where your body is showing her where to go. Sit. Now we're going to give her some free time outside. Have her sit at the doorway. She waits. I step out. This is just to accentuate to her, hey, I own this boundary now. You're not racing through, pulling me through. Also, it's a great little exercise for her to stay calm. So whenever you can take her out through the doorway on a leash, of course she has to be on a leash so you can control her. You can do this little exercise, and it's a little mini training exercise, or a little training session in itself, just this doorway thing. Okay. See how she's going slowly? If she tries to surge ahead, you just do a little prompt like that. Make sure that you walk through slowly as well. Have her sit on the outside. Make sure she sits straight always. So she's sitting, and then you release her to be free on the outside. We're just going to release her to have a little free time out here. And then, so I unhook the leash, and I pat her chest, and I say, go. And she can go and drink some water. She wants to run back in the house, but we released her to be free out there. So we're going to have her stay out there for a while. Then we're going to go get her and do the rest of the video.